Good early afternoon. This is Terry from Toledo. Terry from Toledo. Anyway, beautiful day here. In the 60s, great weather, light breeze, blue skies, just incredible. Any rate, I've been listening to a Tony Robbins seminar series of CDs. I really think he's a great guy, and I've listened to him, and I've read Jim Rohn and Frank Kern and a lot of people who are into self-improvement. They used to call it self-help. Now it's personal development, which certainly puts a nicer tone to it. But at any rate, if you don't change, if you keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, you got to change something, and that's usually you. So personal development is a very important thing. And today I was listening to a thing from Tony Robbins about financial health. And of course, that's what most of us are here for, is try to improve our financial health. And with many other things that I've listened to, the same thing keeps repeating. And that's how do I get money? Well, you have to ask for it. And you may think that's crazy, but you really do have to ask for it. You have to ask very specifically for something. If you just arbitrarily ask for money, you might get a nickel or a quarter. But if you really need money and you put it forth how much you need, it will happen. It may happen that you have a job become available so that you can have that money. I'm not saying it's going to drop from the sky, or an ATM machine is going to explode and shower you with money when you walk by. It may just be a way to make the money that presents itself. But you have to ask for it, and you have to believe it's actually going to happen. And I have seen that so many times, even in my own life. Anything that I've asked for generally has occurred, maybe not right away. Like this one nun told me when I was in first grade, you can ask God for anything, absolutely ask for anything. Sometimes he says, no, this is not a good time. But eventually, if you think on it enough and wish for it enough and process that in your mind enough, it does materialize. So, and I've been in debt several times. I was raised where the phone was ringing, the bill collectors and all. I've lost jobs to budgeting. Even in the health field, this does occur. And I don't care how many letters you have after your name, it can still happen. So, but I got into a situation where things just kind of kept repeating itself. I would, it's not uncommon for people to come up to me and say something about the way you come off is blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. Well, I realized that there were things in myself that I really needed to change. And it's hard when you have a permanent frown on your face, because that's just the way your face looks anyway. To come across as being cheerful, to everybody. But what you have to do if you need money is you need to ask for it. Then you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to get that, short of felony. So, working is good. So in my 63 years on this earth, a couple years ago, I decided to do multi-level marketing because I saw myself coming to the end of where I wanted to be working outside the home all the time. And I have a goal, 19, whatever. I guess it wouldn't be 1900s. That was last century. But when my husband turned 65, which is after me, but at any rate, I want to have work outside the home to be an option, not a necessity. At this time, it's still a necessity. But meanwhile, I need to do something that's going to make me money without my having to actively do too much to get it. So that usually requires building a business. Well, I have about 3 businesses right now. I do legal nurse consulting, which is lucrative when it's there. But once I stop practicing clinically, that's going to get more difficult to do because I probably won't keep up with stuff as much as I should in order to do that kind of thing. So I tried multi-level marketing. I started that about 2 years ago. I was with a company and I lost a whole lot of money, like about half of one of my retirement things. And I could have just given it up and said, no, well, obviously this is not for me. Well, no, I took into consideration the people I was working with. The product is fine. There's nothing wrong with the product. But it was the line of people I was working with, and said, well, okay, chalk that up to a learning experience. And then I moved on to something else. Somebody contacted me by email. I was on her mailing list because I bought some of her books, and tuned me into something else that was less expensive to get into. But again, it's only a 30% commission, and I still do it, just not as religiously as I did before, because it's hard to do something that you're getting paid $3 on every $10 that a product that you sell. But it's a really great company, and I really believe in what they do. It's just not lucrative enough for me. So that night, I hate calling people on the phone. Oh my! I mean, you call people, and some people are just really rude, and you feel like you're bothering them. And why are you calling me? And so from then on, I've just really tried, when people call and they're marketing something, to be polite. And if I'm not interested, it's just, I'm not interested. Thank you very much, and good luck to you. So that was the worst part about doing multi-level marketing. Well, this very same person that got me into that sent me a message and said, "Why don't you try this?" And she tuned me into Empower Network, and I went, "What's Empower Network?" And I thought about it, and I looked at it. First, I said, "No, I don't see the product. What's the product? I'm not doing anything without a product." She says, "Oh, just try it. $25 was $25. I mean, I spent over $10 on 2 sandwiches at Wendy's yesterday. I know I shouldn't be eating fast food, but anyway." So I did look over. I went out to YouTube, found a few videos, and the first video I watched was Dave and Dave, and this is when initially they were being just totally off the wall, and that turned me off initially, because I don't see business people being that way. But I took more time to investigate it, and it kept calling me, and that's how I tend to do things. Is if I'm walking through the store and I see something that I like, and I think, yeah, I really like that, I'll walk away from it. I'll walk away from it and try to get my mind on something else. And if it keeps calling me, I'm probably going to go back and buy it. And that's why I do a lot of things in my life. So it kept calling me. So I thought, for $25, what the heck? So I spent the $25, and I don't mind lecturing. I've taught before, although I'm not trying to lecture you. And I like to write. I need to do some work in improving my style, but nonetheless, I do like to write. And the idea of making money on the internet and selling a product, and we do have a product. We have 5 different products at this point, that helps me learn to sell things on the internet so I can actually use it in my other business. In fact, in both my other businesses, very easily. And I don't have to stock any kind of product. I don't have to call people on the phone. I don't have to tell my relatives about it. If they want to know about it, they get the link to my blog. They can read it, whatever. There's just none of that hassle involved. And I love to learn, as I've demonstrated with all the initials after my name and the student loans to go with it. So it all just seemed like a good thing. And quite frankly, talking to people about joining Empower Network is going to be more helpful to them than telling them how to do something else, rub cream in their dimples to make them go away, or one thing or another. Because this is something that if you have the money, there's nothing else that you can't do. And I'm not saying to worship the money, but look at how many people you can help by having enough money. I mean, I'm thinking of grandchildren that will hopefully want to go to college or some kind of career, and I'd love to be able to help them. I have a son that's a great mechanic. I'd love to be able to help him set up his own shop, and knowing that when I'm gone, he can still take care of himself. I am also looking at the fact that I'm 63. Well, Tony Robbins makes it very clear in saying, if you're looking to do something and you're a little afraid, think of what will happen if you don't. Look at 5 years from now. Okay, 5 years from now, if I don't do anything, at 68, I'm still going to have a job. 10 years from now, who knows? If I don't do anything, I just may be stressed out enough that I may not be healthy enough to have a job. 20 years from now, I'm going to be this little old lady in a state-supported nursing home with nothing besides a Social Security check, because the savings will be gone. And I will probably have had to sell my house. And all those things. I mean, the cost of living is going to be incredible, and it's not going to go down just because I can't work outside the house. So those are all the things that could happen if I don't do anything. What could happen if I do something? Well, yeah, you can't guarantee the outcome. But if I do something and it works, then I have money to take care of myself and my husband as we age, and I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about losing a house. I don't have to worry about depending on a child to take care of me, who, you know, has his own financial issues. I could maybe help those financial issues. I know that my grandchildren will be taken care of and be able to go to college or have that beautiful wedding or whatever it is. I support the Golden Retriever Rescue place. I give money to them every month since my last dog died, and that's something that's very important to me. I'll be able to do more with them. I'll be able to spend time volunteering for the park system and all these things that I can't do when I have to go outside to work all the time, and all these things that make you feel happier and healthier. So bottom line is, yeah, you don't have to do this. It takes work. It's work. I'm doing my most uncomfortable thing, and that's videotaping right now. But if I don't do it, what's going to happen? So, you know, you can sit and you can be okay with whining and complaining and not doing anything to make your life better. Or you can get off your butt and do something. And if you do, and it works, well, there you go. I mean, what's your question here? So if you don't have money, if you don't have $25 right now or whatever, I mean, you can be, I don't care what you do. You can build things and sell it, but do something. Bake cookies and sell them. Bake cakes and sell them. Whatever it is that you can do well, try to monetize it. There are people out there that want your product. I don't care what it is. But do something and stop whining about it. Just get off your butt and do it. And again, if you don't have $25 or whatever you need to get started in whatever you want to do, well, think of something that you can live without. You know, cigarettes, pot, beer, alcohol of any kind, eating out as frequently. If you just even cut back on these things, you'll have money. And you know, things in life don't come without working for them. It just doesn't happen. So anyway, that's my plea to you. Get off your butt, work for whatever it is that you want, find something that you want to do, and put some time and effort into it, and ask. If you don't ask, you're not going to get anything. So you have a great day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the blue sky here, and I do go to work tonight for a few hours, so hopefully everybody will be reasonably healthy tonight and just have minor issues. So at any rate, y'all take care, stay healthy, live life with passion, and have a good day, and I'd really love to help you have a good life. Take care. Bye.